Welcome to the deep dive for this week. Don't forget to visit the website at deepdiveau.net. Check out our socials and Patreon page at the Deep Dive AU. Subscribe via your favourite podcast app or like and subscribe at our YouTube page at the Deep Dive AU.
The Deep Dive podcast mugs are now available for purchase and are currently on sale. Just go to our merchandise page at deepdiveau.net to purchase one. Don't miss out on this opportunity to grab one for yourself or as a thoughtful gift for a fellow podcast enthusiast.
This is the Deep Dive Podcast. And here is your host, Michael Coles.
A visionary leader with a heart for change with over 20 years of experience in career mentoring, business development and community engagement, Karen the Pink-Haired Lady has earned a reputation as a guru in her field. Her journey began as mother to an autistic and ADHD son, which ignited her drive to create spaces where families and providers could connect meaningfully. This personal connection to the cause inspired her to establish Konnect Fest, a space dedicated to breaking down barriers and supporting those who need it most. Karen the Pink-Haired Lady, welcome to the Deep Dive.
Thanks very much, Michael. I'm happy to be here.
So what is Konnect Fest and what services does it offer?
Sure. So Konnect Fest is essentially a community of NDIS providers, but also it is there for participants and families to actually get connected with one another at local events. They're called pink events, which is just all about supporting and getting people to get connected essentially, so that no one is, left in the lurch with bad providers, and they're just getting connected with amazing and cool people essentially.
Okay, so how can joining the Konnect Fest community membership benefit professionals in the NDIS sector?
Yeah, sure. So we actually have an online community, which is really amazing because you get to come and attend events, but you also get to connect online and actually start building better relationships between provider and provider, which to me that then helps for participants and families to be able to get, for that provider, if a participant is asking, oh, look, I'm looking for this type of provider, they actually have some really amazing connections to be able to, support that participant in where they're trying to find someone. With providers as well is that you can't do it by yourself. So you really need to find your kind of people that you can connect in with. And I find that the providers that we have in our community are just some of the most beautiful people that will just give more and want to actually connect. So when you pop online and once you subscribe and be a part of the community, you get access to our online community, which then you introduce yourself, and then like a whole heap of providers are like, hey, love to connect and catch up and start to build those relationships. And it's really great because it's Australia wide, and some of the providers, it doesn't matter if you reside in, say, Brisbane, but there might be a connection, say, in Sydney, but have connections in Brisbane and want to help. And they're always about wanting to support and help each other. And I'm also actively always, connecting all our providers together with outsider providers that are not in the community. And also if there's any participants or families that reach out to me, I will, of course, holler at them and say, hey, guys, I've got a participant. They're looking for A, B, and C. I think you're really great. Are you happy for me to forward your details and connect you guys together?
Okay. So what types of events does Konnect Fest organise for networking amongst providers, participants and families?
Yeah, sure. So they're called pink events. So we do pink barbecues, we do pink picnics. We also just have like pink events, which can be essentially, I guess, at any kind of space. So it could be at a SIL provider's supported independent living house, or it could be just at a function space. The events, the way that they work, they do have a bit of a formula to it. It is, we come together, we're eating, but it's also, we do what we call the circle of connection, which everyone gets to come together essentially in a circle. And everyone gets to say, this is where, this is kind of like, if it's a provider, this is where I'm from and this is what I do. And then the host, either myself or another provider, will say, okay, how can we help you? And then for participants and families, it's up to them if they want to share in the circle of connection. If they feel uncomfortable, they're not ready to kind of say what they're needing help with and what's going on, the co-host or myself will actually find that information out prior to the event so that we can ask that question on their behalf and get them the support they're essentially needing. but it's just such a, I guess, grassroots community kind of level. It's nothing too corporate. It's just really that down to earth kind of, let's actually connect you and support you together. And there's mixing and mingling that you can talk and just connect. And of course, people can give, the providers can give business cards and everything like that. But we do have a rule of it's not there to sell at people. We're not selling things. We are just there to support and connect and bring everyone together, essentially.
Okay, so how does ConnectFest facilitate collaborations within the NDIS community?
I think it's about finding the right people. Like, I call them unicorn providers as the providers that we have. And it's finding the two amazing unicorns that who really get it. You know, collaboration sometimes in our industry is very much, I feel like it can become a used word, but not in a good way. And it's just finding the right kind of providers that actually do want to collaborate and connect. And that's what I love about the Pink events, because what it is it's about having the members who be a part of it, or providers who want to be a part of it, that we have. It's always myself and then a co-host. So I'm collaborating with another provider to get their name out there, to get them connected. But for me we're both there to help each other. So it's like, if you want to be in the community, you really have to, I guess, want to collaborate and want to connect and really want to genuinely support one another, because I'm a big believer you've got to give more, instead of being like, what can I take from this experience? Like, you won't actually do well in the industry if you're just taking everything. If you actually give and do collaboration really well. And I think where I've seen it done so well is that when providers they just meet and they just connect in such a unique way, because they have the same understanding of each other, and it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like a cliche collaboration that's just a bit like, you can tell that it's a forced collaboration. To me, I like it when it's more of it's a relaxed feel, and everyone just, like, we're pumping each other, we're hyping each other up at, even at the event, and helping them to be connected with more people in the event, so that and you're like, oh, that person's really cool, like they would be really cool to connect with, and just really like building that really cool, genuine kind of relationship.
And building up friendships, which I think is sort of very important as well within sort of like the disability community as well, or within the NDIS community as well, because I think there's sort of no competition, or there should be no competition there, really. We're just here for the participants, really.
Just people at the end of the day. Like, it shouldn't be, competition shouldn't even come into your vocab, and you shouldn't even think about someone, even if there's, say, two providers that do exactly the same stuff. Like, I used to call it that the price guide is like, that's the cookie cutter version. It's what you as a provider actually do, and you do it well. So you might have two providers that, say they're two allied health providers, and they do exactly the same thing. They will not have the same workers. They won't have the same philosophy in the way that they support. So why can't you connect and support one another? Because a participant might come along and, I really hate the providers that go, I'll just give it a go. It's like, no, that's a person. They need to get the right support. And you actually look better as a provider to say, hey, I'm going to put my hand up. We're not the best person for you, but hey, I know these guys over here, they actually, maybe they have a specialized service within what they do. You should go contact them. It's actually going to be better for you, and I think better for the participant as well, and better for your reputation as well too, rather than just go, I'm just going to wing it. Like, that's a person. You shouldn't do that.
Anyway, what are the upcoming events hosted by Konnect Fest, and how can one participate in that?
Yeah, sure. So we've finished for the year of 2024, but for 2025, we are doing around Australia. I will be co-hosting, or if I can't be physically there, there will be a provider hosting the event. So we'll have 5 to 10 events in a month in the different areas, and it can be anywhere. So if a provider reaches out to me and they live in, say, Wagga Wagga, you can do an event down there, and I'll provide all the support and help and on that end in regards to that. We have like bigger kind of we have events in Brisbane, we have them in Sydney, we're doing in Melbourne. We're pretty much doing it Australia-wide, essentially. And the way that you get involved and just reach out is just jump onto my website or which is www.connectfest.com.au, and you'll be able to see all the different events. And they're not all up there yet because I'm working with providers to co-host, and I'm giving them the freedom as to you tell me when you want to do the event, instead of me putting all the the events on. But I will be having events starting in January.
So the collaboration is actually there. And collaboration to us is actually spelt with a K. But us as Y, but anyway. What is the vision behind Konnect Fest, and how does it aim to impact the NDIS community?
Look, it was built because, well, with my son, he's autistic and he has ADHD, and I also am neurodivergent as well. And I just wanted to create a space that was, for the people essentially, and for both. Like, I'm an advocate for both. So I'm an advocate for participants and families and carers, but I'm also an advocate for providers as well, because I want both parties to succeed, and I want both of them to do so well. And I don't want, I guess sometimes it can be, the media at times can put really negative, information out in regards to providers, but not all providers are like that. And also for participants, everyone's not bad. It's just like there are just some bad eggs. It's like any industry, there's some bad people. But like for me, it's just all about bringing that positivity and making people realize that there is actually a community of amazing people who truly love what they do, and that are ready to help and ready to connect. And helping and just making sure as well, I guess, when I first started with my son being in the NDIS, he was 4. That's when he got diagnosed, and we got him onto the NDIS. Literally, like, we got told, you can have OT and speech, and that was it. And there was like no, I feel for families when they don't actually understand, because no one's telling them, what they can actually access and how it all works. And it's not so scary. It's actually, I feel like it was a blessing to be able to get onto the NDIS and get the support that my son has. I don't see he wouldn't be the same, I don't believe, if he didn't have all the therapies he's had since he's 4. He's now 10. So, to me, if we can keep making that impact with families and participants and providers, we can make a positive impact, then that just makes me happy.
Yeah. So how does Konnect Fest ensure equal opportunities for all providers during their expos?
So we're very inclusive. To me, it's just more about, I guess everyone gets vetted in a way to make sure that they are the right fit for our community. It's pretty much, I guess, the only thing is that I ask is you not be a, I don't know how to say it, like a nincompoop. Don't be mean, and don't be aggressive, and actually like be a part of and give more. And the way that with all our like our events and things like that, so when we have our bigger events, which is like our expos, which is provider to provider, that everybody has the same, like, when you have, like, when you go to an expo, there's tables and, things like that, or they have booths, but we won't have booths, but we'll have tables. Everyone has the same table space. Everyone has everything the same. No one is higher than the other person because they've paid more money. Everyone is just still the same. Everyone still gets the same treatment. I would rather have that rather than being like, you paid more money, so you get more things. And I do understand where that concept comes from, but I just like to make everything super inclusive. And, we try as well to make everything, sensory friendly, and disability friendly as well, making sure the venues are friendly, so that everyone can join in and be a part of it. And if there is things that are needed, like interpreters and things like that, we're more than happy to bring that in and provide support for that clientele on that day, because we just want to make it the most inclusive space really ever.
Okay. So how can individuals or organisations become members of the Konnect Fest community?
Yeah, so just jump onto my website. It has all my plans on there. So we have we have kind of one membership essentially. It's $99 plus GST per month to be a member, and then we have a yearly membership which actually gives you a extra month for free. And so it's really easy. Just jump on my website and it will actually have the pricing plan, which is just up the top on the heading, and you just register, and then pay for your first one. And then once that's done, you'll actually get sent an email saying, from me, welcoming you to the community. And then we'll send you another email which connects you into our actual online community that we have. So it's a different link that gets sent to you, and then you just get to start. And we then organize, a bit of a one-to-one to be able to kind of get to know each other. We also create an intake form so I can get the most information to understand you the best way, because I want to help you to succeed. But we also usually, if a provider is a bit not unsure, but they want to know more, you can just always give me a call or fill out a contact form and just ask a bit more questions, and then I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation. And, if you're not ready to take the step to just jump into the membership, that's totally cool. We can just have a conversation, and then most people then go on the website and jump on. So.
Okay, so what are the unique features of Konnect Fest networking events compared to traditional ones?
Well, we're very, I don't know how to say it. We are different. I think for myself, I'm like not corporate. It's like a lot of events I feel can be super corporate. I literally have pink hair and I usually wear rainbow pants and a pink top. So it's like, I feel like it's a very friendly kind of casual kind of environment. It's not, I always say, come as you are, be as you are. And, it's not a scary environment, as I know networking can be quite scary. And, networking, like, I have to, talk to people. And some people are very, introverted, and that would be quite scary to be able to do. But I created Konnect Fest in a way so that it is more casual, it's more free flowing, and people, and I always say to a provider, because I always reach out to the providers prior to them coming to the event, or even the participants and families, and just, ask questions. And also so that person gets to know that they know a person. If they've not actually met anyone, they know me, and they can come up to me and I'll be their wing woman. I'm more than happy to go and introduce and, go, hey, Michael, go and talk to, love you to meet this person, and connect them together and make sure that person never feels, uncomfortable. I can't take all the butterflies away, but that's what I, intend to do to make it more of a smoother interaction for people. And a lot of people, when they come out of Konnect Fest, they're like, wow, I feel inspired, I feel empowered, I feel like, wow, this is so different from other events that I've gone to. Like, I feel like I actually got to talk to each other a bit more in depth, instead of like a 2-minute conversation and a card giving out. So to me, that's what makes us different, is we just be unique, be yourself, and come as you are, and just have fun.
Okay, so how does Konnect Fest support sole traders and independent providers in the NDIS space?
So as sole traders, like, we're open to, you can be a sole trader, a small, medium, or large provider. We do predominantly, I guess, we have more sole traders, smalls and medium. We do have a couple of large ones in there. I feel like for sole traders, I've been a sole trader previously as a support worker, so I do understand where their head's at and where they need that support. So it's always just, with everyone, we just touch base and we just connect. But we also, as well, I don't know, we're there to support everybody. But as a sole trader, I know that there's different things. You go through different things as a sole trader to a smaller or medium provider. So it's about connecting the sole traders together sometimes as well, so that they have an understanding that they're not doing it all by themselves. And then if they can connect in with another sole trader, because sometimes, they want to connect with sole traders, but they're not there yet. But next year as well, we are actually doing a sole trader event that's just for sole traders, to really bringing those guys together, just to realize, you're not doing it alone. You do actually have a community, we have the Konnect Fest community behind you, but we also have our pink events that will bring them together, and for them to, come out and just chill and start to build relationships. Because I think it doesn't matter if you're a sole trader, a small or a medium or large provider, you should always be building relationships and connecting and networking.
Okay, so can you tell me of any new services that the Pink-Haired Lady is creating?
Yeah, so I actually have decided, I've been doing it for quite some time, probably the last 3 years we've been doing it, but it's had different names through the time, and I've really, I guess, kind of niched it down, as I always tell everyone else to do, and I've niched myself down. So it is called the Pink-Haired Lady, and what it is that I'm supporting neurodivergent business owners through either business development management, which I actually call it business relationship management, and also helping with, I guess, helping a provider to think outside the box, or a business outside the box. They don't have to be an NDIS provider. They could just be any neurodivergent business owner and person that's just needing a bit of support to, if they're deciding to create a business or they're already in a business, but they're just needing a bit of support to, I guess, really nut out all their ideas and figure out a way, forth. Also with like social media marketing and management. Also as well, because prior to doing all what I do now, I used to work in employment services for 20 years. So I'm also offering a bit of career support and those kind of things as well. But just to neurodivergent people, because I feel, I don't know, it's just something so close to my heart. And I feel like I work with them, with people who are neurodivergent, I guess, in a different way. And I know how to work with people. And I have been, Michael, I guess it kind of just happened because I've been doing it anyway with business owners, but I just kind of really more focused in saying that's who I'm going to be supporting within my side business of doing that.
Okay. And one final question to end the Deep Dive podcast. We ask this to all, I guess. If there's one bit of advice that you would give to people, what would that be?
Give it a go. Go out and talk to people, go out and network, and just be yourself.
Okay, and on that note, the Pink-Haired Lady, thank you very much for being part of the Deep Dive podcast today.
Thank you so much, Michael. It's been a pleasure.
For more information, go to connectfest.com.au